Three examples of guajeos or montunos in musical theater. Now, what are guajeos or montunos? Well, one example might sound like this. It's a type of ostinato that's found in Cuban music, which itself has African roots. By ostinato, we just mean repeated pattern. Now, this repeated pattern is going to be both syncopated and arpeggiated. By syncopated, we mean offbeat, and by arpeggiated, we mean instead of block chords, we break up the chord or arpeggiate the chord. It also may feature what's called a line cliche. Now, a line cliche is basically when you take a chord and you change one of the notes in stepwise motion. It could be diatonic, or staying in the scale, or it could be chromatic, movement by half steps. Now, playing guajeos or montunos on the piano is a very common attribute of salsa music. You'll also often see it combined with what's called a tumbao bass line. It has a very specific rhythmic pattern. It sounds like this. And when you couple it with the right hand, it sounds like this. Now we're going to see all of these characteristics in our first example, courtesy of none other than Lin-Manuel Miranda in No Me Digas from In the Heights. So if we look at the right hand here, we can see it's arpeggiated. We can see it's syncopated if we look at the accents. And we can also see the line cliche in the inner voice. Then you can see at measure 9, he adds the tumbao bass line, sort of a variation of it. And then another common thing in montunos is it's played in octaves. And here he does that in the right hand at measure 9. Put it together, it sounds like this. Another famous example is going to be When You're in Atoms from the Addams Family. It sounds like this. Now you can see again, we're arpeggiating, and we have a line cliche in the upper voice, and it's syncopated. Now some people might not characterize that as a guajeo or montuno per se because it doesn't really follow the clave pattern quite as much, but I do think the influence is unmistakable. The last example is going to be Shiksagadis from the last 5 years. It sounds like this. Now, in the first bar, rhythmically, it's basically the same as the classic embellished clave pattern. But then in the second bar, he sort of does a rhythmic variation. So instead of, it's. Now, he's still using the line cliche, but because it's Jason Robert Brown, he's using this A sus2 voicing. And you might recognize it from the same show, See I'm Smiling, or The Next 10 Minutes from the same show. Now you know.